Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and injective price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna see of course what we are looking for here for Ethereum. Now basically what I see for Ethereum is a potential finished correction here. We have a correction of course after the news today, and I see a potential for higher prices again, of course moving here aggressively toward the upside 1 2 3 4 5. Wave 2 given without taking the low and starting another signal for higher prices. Now, if you remember for Ethereum, I removed a wave 1 2 over there. Yeah, so if you remember, it was a blue 1 2, and I told you, okay, I'm gonna remove this until we make sure in the top that we are corrective again after topping over there. And this 1 2 right now, it is very evident that we are having it as a wave 4 and a 5. So I'm gonna bring it back here because we are not done with it yet. And it looks like it's gonna move for higher. I'm gonna explain again why. So we have a blue one, I'm gonna bring it back. We have a wave 4 potentially here, and if we take the fib levels from this wave 4, we can see probably we are very close to the 0.23. Well, I would say it can be already hit. I think even on the linear, here we go, it's taken. So because the potential is very high here for bullish still for Ethereum, and I'm gonna tell you why again. Not just the Elliott wave, of course, but also KGT indicator is confirming it. On the 3-minute chart, we have a huge bullish divergence, of course, with the price action. And we are having, of course, this a very deep bullish signal, which is given, of course, in divergence with the price action. And that means, of course, we might, of course, see a very high move for Ethereum there. And currently we are looking at a 1 2 3 4 5 again for this wave 4 hit exactly at 0.23, exactly on the linear, not on the logarithmic, just to trick us a little bit. But yeah, we have a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 still looking for a higher meaning for Ethereum. Your target for this wave 5 might be taken from the zone 1 here, and I'm looking still for this blue zone in a wave 5. And after this, yeah, expect of course a massive drop a little bit for wave 4 here in the orange, because this might be a little bit deeper. Okay, it might bring us back to this wave 4 in the yellow. Don't be surprised, guys. Be prepared, of course, for this scenario, because normally double wave 2 will have double wave 4. Normally the wave 4 in Elliott wave principles and of course guidelines, the wave 4, the second one, comes back to the area of the previous one. So we have to be, and it's very logic. Yeah, so it's very logic. If the base channel, or I would say if the fib level is going to be taken from the wave 2, let's say to the top even of the wave 5, you're going to have a massive drop from there. All right, and it might be even coming back to the same spot for the previous one. So yeah, let us be prepared, of course, for any scenario, and this is the point of the analysis. Otherwise, why we're doing this, right? So basically, this is the idea for Ethereum. I'm still looking for higher. The signal has been given. We're very corrective. We have a huge divergence, and of course, other signals here. You might have also. There is nothing bearish here. There is nothing bearish on the RSI as well. I don't see any bearish signal. I see continuity toward the upside, and even this is a bullish divergence right now. If you take a look at it, here we go. We see a kind of like bullish divergence. Yeah, so it is a very nice indication, and we move for higher. One more high is very likely for Ethereum. All right, that was regarding Ethereum. If we take Solana here, Solana as well is showing something very interesting, and probabilities here is still, of course, to move for higher. And I believe that this might still be ending diagonal formation for Solana here. I see kind of like unfinished structure here, or it can be, of course, a wave 1 ABC expanding flat. So this impulse that we saw, of course, very massive, can be wave 1 ABC expanding flat. We move massively again for Solana. All right. Another signal also is the KGT here. As we can see on the KGT 3-minute chart for Solana here, we are looking at a huge divergence again towards the upside, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 leading diagonal wave 1, wave 2, and of course continuation for higher 1, 2. Of course, ABC here as an expanding flat, and you move continuously for higher probability is very high, of course, for Solana as well to see something unfolding, whether it is finished wave 2 here. Knowing that the wave 2, in case this is a wave 2, basically you didn't reach the 0.38 on the logarithmic. Let me check the linear. Well, it was very close. Understandable regarding this massive move, guys. It is understandable that there is a very tiny gap between the fib levels. We saw this many times before, and then because this is your wave 3 of wave 3, don't forget this, because you are already in 1, 2, and another 1, 2, another 1, 2, and currently this is the 1, 2 of your wave 3. So very understandable if we don't reach the 0.38. Wave 3 of 3, of course, if you remember, I already mentioned this in this channel, can be, of course, tricky, not hitting exactly the 0.38 fib level and start the move towards the upside. So very, very essential to keep this in mind. In case that the things are moving still down, definitely we are corrective here. Nothing is impulsive. Knowing that you have 1, 2, 3 here, right? In case that this is a 1, 2, 3, wave 4 already finished, in case this is a case scenario. Therefore, it might be, of course, a correction and then moving down for one more wave, yeah, to hit exactly the 0.38. Probably it wanted, it wants to take it and then moving toward the upside. So in both case scenario, I see, of course, a bullish scenario still moving toward the upside. The second possibility, if we move a little bit high and we don't move like massively, it might be, of course, an ending diagonal. It depends, of course, how the things are finishing. Are they zigzags, or is it a very high impulse? Okay, so these are the possibilities for Solana as well. Next is, of course, injective here. We see injective also showing somehow like a very, I mean, it can be an impulse, but again, guys, this, I'm not very confident about it as an impulsive in all charts, by the way, because many charts shows it as a zigzag. Okay, so A, B, and a C done, finished. Yeah, this equal 1 to 1 fib level, finish zigzag, and we start to see on the lower time frame again. For injective, we see as well a leading diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, and potentially 1, 2 here is unfolding as well. Of course, it can be something corrective. Can have one more high and then dropping down. In case this happens, still corrective, right? Still corrective. We still, of course, in 1, 2, 1, 2. Potentially another 1, 2. Wants to take the fib level here for a wave 2. Don't forget this. After finishing a wave 1 here, wave 2, and then we move toward the upside. Now, there is a possibility that, yeah, what if this is not really an ending diagonal, still looking for wave 5? Can be, because you took here kind of like the perfect fib levels for wave 4 in this scenario. But yeah, I doubt it, guys. I doubt it. I see something much higher might unfold for the next run here, unless, of course, you are in a big diagonal, yeah, big one for injective. Like here, you have a zigzag, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It can be wave 2 even, yeah. So it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But yeah, very, I doubt it, guys. I'm looking for this wave 3, and by the way, it is a time for a wave 3 to unfold. Okay, it is time. Of course, it can range a little bit for a correction, but it is the time to see something very massive unfolding toward the upside. It's not that because I want it, because the time is starting to ticking here. Okay, the time is ticking. We have several 1, 2s, and we have also a ticking bomb. Yeah, so we can say it's a ticking bomb, and yeah, we need to see something like really explosive. This is nothing what we saw yet for the altcoins, we still, of course, looking for something higher. Yeah, so here we go. Look how many 4.5s we have as set up here. So if the things are still going to take time, because the momentum right now like this is increasing, right? If you see the wave 2s, if you connect them, they are increasing. Going back to this area is not acceptable, honestly. Yeah, so because, okay, unless of course it stops somewhere here exactly at 0.38 and then moving for higher. But normally we would like to see a decisive increasing in momentum. As we see here, the same for the wave ones. Yeah, the wave ones are moving toward the upside, and we have a double 1-2 before it, and we have a huge wave 1-2. So it is time again. As I mentioned, it's a ticking bomb. Whether tonight, whether tomorrow, or yeah, after tomorrow or tomorrow night, can start something very massive. All right. So this is, I would say, tomorrow night should be, of course, yeah, something looking for very, very massive toward the upside for most of the altcoins. Now, I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, is can look for higher, but you have to be careful because it went very deep, of course, and it might be yeah, it might be sideways, or it might still looking for this one more high. But we have to be careful because we are in the top on the daily, on the weekly, on the 4 hours chart. We are at the top. Bitcoin dominance is reversing, right? Is reversing toward the downside, giving a chance for the altcoins to, of course, thrive here and to start, of course, to see something towards upside. Now, insights is wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm still looking for double 4, 5 here because we have double 1, 2s there. I'm still looking. We have the wave 4. We start a 1, 2. Let me zoom in. So we started a 1, 2. And I would like to see right now an impulse moving toward the downside. 3, 4, 5. Again, correction wave 4 and a wave 5. This might be, of course, your start for the impulse for the altcoins. It might be very extended. Nobody knows, guys. It might be very aggressive wave 5. So be careful. Yeah, so we're going to see. Highest possibility is to move for higher for the altcoins. Bitcoin is a little bit shady still, so be careful, trade safe. That was it for Solana, Injective, and Ethereum. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.